HMTV people! I'm back again. Right then, so we've got another little house behind me, and we'll give it a tickle. We'll get the tickling stick out because I'm quite happy with this one. So someone's approached me on Facebook. They've asked me to come out and have a look at this property. They've had an issue with damp in the kitchen and they've not been able to resolve this problem. So they've called out me, the Ghostbusters. And I thought I'd try and talk you guys through it at home with the things that I've done, because it's been quite hard. So we have had roofers out, we've had plumbers out, we've had all sorts of different trades, and so far no one's been successful until I came in, and I'm successful. I am the victorious one. So I'm going to walk into this person's house. So I have had permission to do this, obviously, but I'm quite proud. So we walk in to the kitchen. So it's nice and new and modern, recently been installed, or relatively recently. And then we've got this hatch here. So can you see the damp up there? We'll give that a tickle, 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 tickle. And if you can see further down here where my finger is, and right, okay, that's the shadow from the cupboards, but basically it's very, very damp down here, right where my finger is. So the water's running down. So far we've had a roofer out to check the roof to see if it's coming from above. They've said it's okay. We've had a plumber come out because the boiler is just above. I'm going to show you that in a minute. And they've said, no, it's bone dry, everything's okay. So they've had a damp person to come out who said that it actually needs a damp proof membrane. Don't think so. So this is what I've done. So I've come out to assess this property. I've got my trusty kit, the damp meter. So I'll talk you through it. So I'll turn her on now. So these are the steps that I took to try and diagnose this problem. So damp meter is showing 700. There, it's wet. It's wet further down. Oh, my camera skills are not too fantastic there. So as you can see, it's very, very wet. Look, it's 999. So what the owner's actually done, which is quite smart, is they've drawn pencil marks. Can you see it there? Tickle, tickle, tickle. And then I think there's one down there, look. So they've actually drawn on the wall where the damp was ending, so they can monitor if it's getting worse or not. That's smart, I like that, because that helped me. So, first things first, we've got damp, we've established it's damp. So I've then asked what's above, and there's a boiler. So we'll go to that first. Process of elimination, folks. So water runs down. So we've got a boiler with the flue, and then we've obviously got all the pipework going into the floor. So, just to talk you through, I have removed this floorboard. I've also checked down there, I've had my hands down there, it's absolutely bone dry. I've checked all these pipework here. I've checked underneath the boiler and all these things, tickle tickle, all bone dry. But then what I have noticed is this chimney. It's only a very shallow chimney, but however, it's still a chimney. So that's where I've got to so far. So I was like, right, okay, we shall inspect the chimney. So I've then gone back down the stairs. Again, there's a damp patch. So what I've done is to identify exactly where it is, I've actually inserted a little pipe just to make a marker in the ceiling, obviously with permission from the owner. But then, with the infamous builder's tickling stick, I've given it the tickle and gone. So I thought, hollow wall. So all this wall here is completely hollow. Now, if you remember in the video, Josh, I've just shown you that there's a chimney breast there, but there's no chimney breast down here. So I've then come down beneath and looked underneath and behind the dishwasher, and I've seen that there's a cavity. So what I've done is I've actually got a torch out, put my camera up there and recorded So I've got an inside of what's inside that wall, because for all I know there could be pipes, because obviously the boiler's above. That's a no. So you can now start seeing this is quite complicated to try and work out what it is, which is why I thought I'd document it and show you guys what I've done. So again, we've established damp patch. We've been upstairs, we've checked the boiler's bone dry, the floor's bone dry, but we've seen there's a chimney breast. So I'm now looking at chimney breast thinking, right, is the water coming down the chimney? Process of elimination, yeah? If only it was that easy. So we've then come outside to the back. Now, there's a bit of a clue, tickle tickle. So as you can see, if you look at the roof line across there, there's no chimney that's in the same location as where the chimney breast is on the inside. However, we can see a flue and we can see a pipe going down there. So there's some more clues as to what it might be. So I have been up there and checked this pipe, and that wasn't the issue. So I have come back up here. So as you can see, this line here, there, up and down, there's a corner of the chimney breast. And above it, so I've put my damp meter on here and it's wet. I've put my damp meter on there and it's wet. So I'm like, right, water runs down. We've looked at the roof on the top. There's no chimney stack, but obviously there's still a chimney here. So I'm like, oh, this could be condensation. So condensation is caused by cold inside the chimney breast. It's cold, and on the outside it's warm. So obviously if the tenant or the owners put the heating on, then it's warm in the house. But then obviously this is also behind a louvered door. So the louvered door is these doors with slats. So there's not going to be as much airflow in there, so condensation still could be a factor. So as you can tell by the mess, and again I've had permission, I've been in the loft, and I'm not a small guy, so it wasn't very pretty. I got to where I could, but then the owner's son's actually here, so I've actually got him to go up there. He sponsored himself, so well done Steve, top man, I like that. He saved me getting completely dirty. So Steve's got up there, and what we've done is we've taken a torch, we've actually identified where that chimney stack is. We've got a torch, we've got the old selfie stick out, put the camera on record, and put them over the top to where we could have a look down, and obviously the camera footage then revealed also. I'll actually get the camera footage and cut it into the video now. Ding! Okay, did you see that? So you can see that through the chimney breast itself, there is this. So this is the flue for the boiler. So this is going straight through the chimney breast. You can see some expander foam around there. It's not the cleanest job, to be fair. That goes straight out. So then I'm going, right, okay. So again, just to recap, before I actually reveal what the big reveal is. So there's been a plumber out, we've checked under the floorboards, that's definitely not the case. We've had a damp specialist out who wanted to put a damp-proof membrane in, which would not, well, it would sort of mask the problem, wouldn't solve the actual issue. We've had a roofer out who's inspected the roof and said it's okay. So obviously that's why these guys have come to me. Take a thing of victory there, folks. So now I'm going to reveal what it actually is. So the ladders were a clue. And I'm gonna climb up them now. The things I do for you folks at home. Okay, so we have a flue. So we can look at the roof line again. Say hello to Cyril the pigeon. So the problem that we've got, and that I've identified, is obviously we've got a rendered surface here. So when the water runs down, it hits this protection on the cowl. So I've removed this cowl back. And that's revealed can you see that? Get your finger in there. It's revealed some big holes. So there we go. So, not a fantastic job by the gas man. And all that work to find that, but that is the problem. So much so, I'll stake my life on it. So, I'm now going to crawl down the ladders, get a little bit of mix, because here's some I've done before, and I'm going to point it in. And that's it. So just to recap, a couple of trades have been out, no one's been able to solve the problem. I've taken a bit of time, and I have. And that's it. And that's how I do it, folks. Like, share, and subscribe, people. I'll see you later. Mwah.